Welcome to our daily devotion. Today we'll be looking at Psalm chapter 116. First, we'll have a brief overview of the psalm before we delve into a small point of reflection. So, turn to your Bibles, as a physical or digital, and let's get into it. So, this is a Thanksgiving psalm, and the first part of the psalm, which is from verses 1 to 11, the psalmist expresses his love for God for him rescuing him, and he recounts in several verses how God has saved him from near death, and he praises God for his compassionate nature, and finally he testifies that God has delivered him from death, tears, and falling. Now, the second part of the psalm, which is from verse 12 to 19, and the psalmist, he thinks how he can repay God for all that he has done, as he mentioned in the previous section, and he makes a lot of vows, and then he finally, in the end, he offers thanksgiving sacrifices to God in the courts or in the temple. So, this is a brief overview of the psalm. So, overall, this is a Thanksgiving psalm. So, what can we take away from this psalm? Now, focusing on one particular verse 7, which is, "Return to your rest, O my soul, for the Lord has dealt bountifully with you." So, Psalm verse 116, verse 7. So, why this? Now, in the previous verses, we can see how the psalmist says how he was so close to death, how he was suffering, how he had so many things going on in his life. So, in simple terms, he was at the bottom. There were so many things going against him physically, mentally. He was not in a good place at all. But then, when we come to verse 7, "Return to your rest, O my soul, for the Lord has dealt bountifully with you." So, what he is saying is that throughout all those trials, tribulations, throughout all those darkest moments, he found peace in Lord. He found peace through God. He found peace thanks to God. So that is what I want us to take away, is that similar to the previous where we saw idols, and even prior verses where we felt like only when good things happen to us that we find time to thank God. This verse, especially this verse, which is, "Return to your rest, O my soul, for the Lord has dealt bountifully with you." This says that throughout everything, this man who has gone through it all says that he found rest in God. He found rest through God. And again, that's such a wonderful news, and I really love this verse from the psalm. He says, and then he goes on to say, encourage us to embrace God's overflowing goodness. He encourages us to embrace it with open hands. He does not say that it overflows us, but he also asks us to embrace it with our hands. So that is what I want us to take away, is that through our darkest moments, we should be at peace, knowing that first of all our God is there, our unchanging God. I keep saying this time and again because I want us to really grasp this, because in our times of weakness, we do feel like God has changed or God has abandoned. So that's why I keep stressing this unchanging God. Our unchanging God is always there. He hasn't left us. He hasn't left you in this moment, whether you are going through such a low moment physically or mentally. He hasn't left you. He is always there. And what the psalmist is saying is that he himself has been through so much, but then finally when the Lord delivered him, he was at peace. His anxious, his fear, his pain, all of the negative effects that he was having on his body physically and mentally, all of them was at ease, was at rest when God delivered him. And then that's why through the second part of the chapter, we see how he is planning to repay his gratitude to God, all those things. So that's what I want us to take away, which is, throughout all your moments, know that God will deliver you, and when he does, that is when you will be at peace, not through any other sources, not through any other means. That when God delivers you, your soul will be at rest and your soul will be at peace. Thank you.